Hey guys, I hope that you're all doing well. Today we have a very cool gun up for review, the Reximex Tormenta in 22 cal. It is available right now from canadashootingsupply.ca in 177, 22, and 25 calibers, in both PAL and non-PAL variations. This particular rifle is a full-powered gun. Canada Shooting Supply was kind enough to provide this gun for our review, so please head on over and check them out. Even if you don't like this rifle, they have tons of other awesome guns and all the accessories you'll ever need. Okay, so let's get right into it and start with what you might not like about this rifle. If you like traditional looking guns, this thing probably is not for you. Its slick, tactical, sci-fi looks are likely pretty polarizing, but I personally think it looks fantastic, and it's nice to have some variety in the airgun market. And if the kind of variety you're looking for could be featured in a remake of Starship Troopers, well then this is the gun for you. Looks aside, the polymer stock feels solid, its fit and finish is very nice, and it has plenty of texture in all the right places. The gun's overall length is 33.5 inches, but you can adjust the buttstock to adjust the length of pull if it isn't perfect for you. That's done by loosening this little Allen screw on the underside here. The recoil pad can also be adjusted up and down. The button that lets you do that is a little stiff, but I'd rather that than it be too loose. The gun also has sling studs included on the front and rear of the gun, which is a nice little touch. The grip, at first glance, it looks overly stylized and possibly uncomfortable. However, it fit my medium-sized hands absolutely perfectly and is in fact very natural feeling. So nothing to worry about there, unless you have very large hands. Moving from the grip, we come to the trigger, which is adjustable. However, I found it to be perfectly short and crisp right out of the box and didn't feel the need to touch it. It's a great shape and doesn't have any play or jankiness to it at all. I actually really liked it. The gun cocks via a side lever, and its action is light and smooth and can be decocked by holding the side lever all the way back while pulling the trigger and holding it down while you slowly bring the side lever forward. Be careful to hold the lever firmly when you do this because it's under a fair amount of spring tension. The safety is a simple push-through button that works well and is in a convenient location. Just above the side lever and safety, on top of the breech we have the same slick dual rail system that a lot of crawl and crawl-made guns sport. I love it. The ability to use both Picatinny and dovetail mounting options is super convenient and well thought out. Near the front of the breech, we find the power adjuster. It's a great shape and functions well. The switch itself has these little divots under it that work as adjustment increments, and the switch clicks into them positively enough, but I think that it could possibly be bumped out of place if you brushed up against it accidentally out in the field or something like that. It's not a deal breaker by any means, but a little more positive feedback or tighter fitment might be nice here, I think. From there we have the barrel. It's just about 15 inches and is 1/2 UNF threaded and capped with a nice looking muzzle brake / thread protector. The fill port is up here near the muzzle, and this is where things get interesting. This gun fills up to 250 bar, which is a little over 3600 psi. It has an air cylinder up front and a bottle in the rear, with the pressure gauge conveniently located on the side of the gun, which I prefer. The two air chambers act as one big reservoir, which gives you a ton of usable shots, over 80 shots actually. Since we're talking about shot count, let's talk about how it shoots next. I ran this gun over the chronograph at 3 different points in the power adjuster using H&N's 15.89 grade Barracuda 15 pellets. I apologize that the chrono footage is a little blurry. I didn't realize until I started editing that the focus kept switching back and forth. The data is still useful though. The lowest setting gave me about 380 feet per second, while the middle gave me about 715, and the highest setting gave me 889 feet per second. That's over 27 foot-pounds of energy at just about a full charge of air. As for accuracy, bear with me while I explain myself. I tested this gun at 30 meters on full power, and I am convinced that it can be single hole accurate at this distance with the right pellet. However, with the pellets I had with me and the conditions I was shooting in, I wasn't able to achieve single hole groups. I am, however, confident that I am the one who is at fault and not the gun. While I was at the range to do this testing, the temperature was -3 degrees Celsius, and my hands were so cold that I could barely load the 12-round magazine, and I literally couldn't feel the trigger with my finger. That being said, I'm not actually unhappy with my shooting. Our first 5-shot group was shot with the 15.89 grain Barracuda 15s, and it's pretty tight, with maybe the 4th round being a little more off the mark than I'd like. The second group was shot using the 15.89 grain JSB Exact, and again my 4th shot was pulled a little more than the others. I decided to send 6 rounds downrange to see if I could get a better 5-shot group, and I did. It's not perfect, but it's definitely tighter than the first group was. The third group is 5 rounds of H&N Field Target Trophy pellets. They come in at 14.66 grains, and the majority of guns I've shot like these, even if they're not their absolute favorites. But that's not the case here. This gun totally hates these. The group is as spread out as I've seen, and this is the one time in this video where I don't think my shooting is to blame for the group. It happens though. Not every air gun likes every pellet. For our 4th and final group, I decided to go back to the JSB Exact and dump an entire 12-round mag into the target to see if I could get a better idea of how they're shooting despite my numb fingers, and I'm very happy with the results. There are 2 spots on the target where 4 or 5 of the rounds can fit underneath my index fingernail. I know this isn't the most precise method for pellet testing, but in my experience, we can see enough consistency here to draw the conclusion that if the shooter can do his or her part, this gun will be accurate with the right pellet. And that might not be these particular JSB pellets. The gun might like something a little bit heavier, but I'd bet that these pellets could get a much tighter group in better conditions. And I'm actually planning on following this up in a future pellet testing video with this exact gun. That being said, the 12-round group here isn't actually too bad. We're looking at a group that's under an inch square at 30 meters in -3. I'm happy with that. All in all, the Reximex Tormenta is a capable, feature-rich carbine that looks great and feels well made. And despite the fact that its looks might not be everybody's cup of tea, I don't think that anybody would be disappointed in how this gun functions or performs if they picked one up. And I'll definitely be keeping this one in my collection. So please head on over and visit our friends at canadashootingsupply.ca to check out all the awesome air guns and shooting accessories they have on offer. I will drop their info down in the description below, and feel free to comment, like, or subscribe to this channel if that's the sort of thing that you're into. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.